Cancer, welcome back to Mermaid Love Tarot. It's been a little while, but I am back and ready. I just want to remind you guys that I do a 5-part reading. So if you want to forward the video as I shuffle, because I never take the cards, that's fine, but I don't recommend that you forward each part as they, for the most part, always connect. And of course, I always like to say that I am not just any tarot reader. I have over 1,000 videos that show that when I predict the cards come out. The evidence is there. I have yet to see any tarot reader that can do this. So we are going to begin your reading by checking our energies. We're using 4 different oracle decks, and at the end, I've taken a card out here that I will reveal at the end to see if there is extra messages, synchronicities, or simply confirmations. Also, you guys, I leave the egg ritual video at the end, so take a look at that and cleanse your energies. If you're watching the short, don't forget to visit my channel for the full reading. Also, I encourage you to subscribe because I go live where I answer free tarot questions. Okay, there's something that you guys are walking away from. Okay, this doesn't need to mean that you're walking away from something that's positive, right? Normally we wouldn't do that, but you're walking away from something. The number 27 might be significant to you. This might be that you're walking away from a partner because the number 2 means duality, but in walking away, you are making the right choice. So if you are, because we have the number 7, which is a very lucky number, I anticipate the Justice and the Wheel of Fortune, the Tower, and the Death card. Also, the Lovers. And we could see the Devil. Okay, the Empress also, because you're going to need to really heal now through this process. But you know that you did the right thing. I feel like for the most part, this is something you're walking away from that you knew it was no longer the thing to be, okay? And Cancer, after a while, they can only take so much. So, you know, I'm a Cancer too, and we don't normally give in or give up. But when we do, is because something has been there for a while and we have tried and we can no longer take it. Okay, and when we're done, we're done. So the number 4 means stability. You're going to come to a place of stability because you're going to have the resilience. You're going to have the brain, the heart, to be able to overcome this. Okay, you're going to be very resilient with what you're going through, overcome it, and get back on your feet. That's what we do, right? And we might also see our own card, the Chariot, in tarot, because that just signifies that we're moving. All right, I also want to let you know that I channel through water, so it's the reason why I keep a cup here. So I see, and I'm just right now seeing a big red heart. I'm seeing in the water the 3 of Swords, so the 3 of Swords might come out in tarot. Okay, even the 2 of Swords. These cards are huge, so it's difficult for me to hold them. All these decks are new. I just received them. Okay, and then it says 19, make mistakes. You made a mistake with this relationship, and you realize that you did, and now you just want to be able to move forward. Because if you had not moved forward and walked away, you would have been falling off a cliff. It would have been worse. It would have been a much worse situation. And what you try to do is save yourself from any disaster. Have the resilience to be able to move forward. The number 1 means potential. The number 9 means abundance. So remember that abundance is not just money. It's abundance in love. It's abundance in patience. It's abundance in peace. Okay, so you made a mistake, you realize it, but you're not beating yourself up, okay? And they're telling you not to beat yourself up and be resilient, okay? What do we have for Cancer, please? All right, these cards really want to talk. And I hope they don't start. Guys, please do not start bringing cards to the floor because it's really annoying. All right, we have heal the attachment wound. Exactly, the message is very clear here. Very clear. My guides don't play, and like I say, I'm not just any tarot reader. For the most part, this is in order. You walked away from something, you had the resilience, you know that you made a mistake, and now you need to heal. It's simple. The message is very, very clear, and this is why I love my guides. It says, heal the attachment wound. Your worth is not tied to being needed. Let go of proving your value. Just be. And it seems like with this person, you had to constantly prove yourself while they weren't proving anything to you, right? You were the one giving. And in this picture, we see that somebody is also walking away, okay? Because you were giving, and this person wasn't meeting you halfway. I get the feeling that this person might have been somebody from fire signs, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, which Cancer doesn't normally, is compatible with. Okay, we're gonna move on to tarot and ask that our spirit guides give us our first 3 cards. You heard me call the cards that I was anticipating, so let's see what's gonna come out. 2 more, please. 1 more. Thank you. All right. So for now, we have, this is Virgo energy. It could have been somebody of the Virgo sign. Okay, and so pretty much you have the Queen of Pentacles. If there's a question on your mind, the answer is yes, okay? And the Queen of Pentacles is about great awareness, okay? So Cancer, in a way, is very aware. We're very intuitive, and we can sometimes know and pick up on energies, okay? So you could have been very attached to this person, and you realize, you know what, I want a better quality of life. I want to be comfortable. And this was somebody too that didn't help you financially. You could have lived together, and you were always putting in the money. You were always handling, anything that had to do with financial stuff, right? Paying the rent, paying this, and there was always excuses, and you just felt really tired. Like you couldn't do anything. It's almost like this person may have been very manipulating. Okay, it could be somebody of Gemini sign, also an air sign. Okay, and so you went through a lot of experience that put you in a situation of scrutiny, okay, where you were like, I can't do this anymore. No matter, it was a difficult situation. No matter, it was a struggle. No matter which way you try to move and try to meet this person halfway, they weren't trying to hear it. They weren't. And this wasn't meant to become a love reading, right? But when I start off with energies and then I do tarot, if love comes out, right? But we are going to do the love section to confirm what's happening, okay? This could have been somebody of also Scorpio, just like you, a water sign, okay? And when you first started with the person, you had a lot of options, okay? But you chose the wrong one, and you made that mistake that we saw come out in the beginning, right? Because a lot of the time, you weren't being realistic with the things that you were choosing, okay? It's almost like you created this idea in your head that everything would be magical, when in reality, it wasn't. Not everything that glitter is gold, okay? You had a lot of options, and you made the wrong choice, and that's okay, all right? At the end of our next 3 cards, I'm going to take out your advice card and see what Spirit needs to show us. Okay, yeah. So it is confirming that you did take a leap of faith that didn't go well, but you're taking another leap of faith. That old leap of faith brought you to the edge, okay? But you're taking another leap of faith. You're very resilient. You're not going to give up on love. You might be coming together with a person of Aquarius, and this is so funny because I'm a Cancer, and I actually just met somebody of this sign, and we've been talking, and it's been going really great. He looks pretty stable, just as much as I am. So I'm taking a leap of faith, okay? So take that risk, because just because somebody does something to you and somebody is a certain way doesn't mean that the next person will be that same way, okay? And you're gonna find your happiness, okay? The 1111 card, you're gonna be pretty much celebrating coming into union with somebody, working together. It's gonna be a good start. If this old person wasn't about teamwork, this new person is, okay? This person is gonna be about teamwork. They're gonna meet you halfway. They're gonna reciprocate whatever you give, because Cancer gives a lot, but they're gonna be there to reciprocate. And yeah, and you have opportunities that are coming in, either at work, and this also person that's coming in might be of the sign of Virgo, okay? And you learned, right? Because that's what the Page of Pentacles is. Just move forward with the right attitude, because planning your future, really vetting what somebody is like, not jumping into anything. But it seems that when it comes to money, you're also gonna be all right. Okay, what is the message, the advice for Cancer? What is the advice for Cancer, please? I'm trying to stay within 17 minutes, not go over the 20, because I know that you guys have A lot to do. All right. Your advice is to keep on moving and keep on going. Now all is lost. You are going to be very, very happy with whoever this new person is that you meet. Okay. But they're just telling you to keep your heart open. This is all about, being happy, family, a lot of love, a lot of cups. Okay. This is Pisces energy, which is also your fellow water sign. Okay. So emotionally, you're going to heal and you're going to get to a good place. All right. That's wonderful advice. So you're going to be all right, Cancer. All right. We're moving on to money and career. I'm going to pull out 3 cards. What do we have for Cancer, please? All right, so it says here, they're warning you about something with regards to work. The number 17 comes out again. Well, actually, you had the number 27. Hold on, you guys, I really want to make sure. You had the number 27, which means duality, and now you have the number 1, which means potential. And the number 7, we're back to lucky. Okay, so you're having a very, very lucky time. So they're basically telling you not to get ahead too much of yourself and take the necessary steps that you need to take. Okay, try and be fair when it comes to work and give it your all, being mindful, that you're being fair. Not just to yourself, but to others as well. Oh. I just removed the card that I shouldn't have removed. Okay, and then you have designers. Some of you may be into design. Okay, some of you may... This could have been also that you walked away from a job, as we saw initially. Okay, so you're being called to embrace your individuality and express yourself. Through design, through drawing. You might be in a career of fashion. You might be very artistic, okay? And this might be something that's perfect for you, right? The reason why you want to go into work. So begin to think creatively when it comes to work. In other words, try to see if you can work smarter, not harder, right? Because sometimes that saves us a lot of trouble, a lot of headache. What do we have, please, for Cancer? Okay, and you have mechanics. Some of you may be might be a mechanic or might work within that field. Okay, so they're telling you if something has been broken in your job, they're telling you to try and mend a situation. If you have like problems with your boss, try to mend a situation. Okay, because everything may not be lost. It might be, like you just need to tweak something at work. You might need to fix something in order for things to get better. Okay, so you're planning on quitting. They're telling you to take a second look to see if things can be worked out. I was actually feeling like that this morning because I am not happy where I am. And so I am trying my best to see if things get better so that I don't have to go finding another job. All right, we're moving on to love. We're going to start with Oracle messages to see one message. So there's somebody who's telling you they can promise you anything. This could be a completely different situation than what we saw when we checked energies, which was all about love. Okay, so, there might be either you or them that you're being very honest and saying, I can't promise you anything right now, right? You don't want to lead somebody to something, or they may not want to lead you to something that they know is a promise they cannot keep. Okay, and it says the storms will pass away, and I'll still be here with you for good. Okay, this might be another situation where you are with somebody, you'll meet somebody that's gonna be somebody that you can depend on, really trust. This is not gonna be somebody who's flaky, who's only gonna take and not give. Okay, this is why I like to pull several cards, because there are several different situations. Okay, and somebody or you may be going through memories. This might be a past love. Okay, or you might be reminiscing about somebody in the past. In order for us to heal, it's understandable that we go through that process. Okay, so I mean, it's not impossible for us to go through something like that in order to make things better. Okay, we are moving on to oracle messages. I am first taking out animal oracle messages, and you have the lion. And it says control. If you have moderate aggressive impulses, this is an invitation to control your temper. You are encouraged to explore how to express your needs or thoughts more openly and constructively to reduce your level of frustration. So this ties into your work, right? You might just need to have a conversation with your boss before you explode. Really explain your situation, explain how you're feeling, you know, and see how you can be heard. What do we have for Cancer, please? Okay, you have the number 9, which again means abundance. And it says take stock of your accomplishments and how you arrive at them. This is a reminder to maintain optimism and drive towards your goals. Maintain your momentum and know the powers of heaven have your back. You made it, and the reward goes to you. I am so happy to see this card. So happy to see this card. All right. And finally, we are going to reveal our card. It says the number 30. The number 3 might be significant. The number 3 just means connecting. Okay, you might be connecting with people at work. You might be connecting with your family. And it says cosmic diamond. Spread hope and joy. Illuminate the world. Because you have a lot to give, Cancer. Okay, Cancers are very dynamic. Okay, very dynamic. We have a lot to offer in every area. Okay, we know our worth, and we are worth a lot. All right, you guys. So I'm going to take out some initials to see what these initials could be. Somebody's first name, last name. LMY. I'm hearing the name Linda and Marie. Linda and Marie very clearly. Okay, and let me see what other signs might be, you know, in your energy or you may be dealing with. This is Libra, Pisces. You got Pisces in tarot, and you have Aries. So fire, water, and I believe earth. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to check out the egg ritual video. Do yourself a cleansing. It will do you well. All right. Take care, you guys. One love. See you soon. Don't forget to subscribe.